It be time for DJ Sterf.
Hey, what's up everyone? DJ Sterf here, gonna play Chapter 5 of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin. I think some of y'all will find this chapter fascinating because I'm gonna go over a lot and some of the creative dynamics on how Steel Wool and the other studios put this together. I think it's really creative. So I'll illustrate it by starting with a bug that still exists in the game. Part of it was fixed, part of it still remains. So again, I hope that all of these get fixed. But remember last chapter I said you can skip the Glamrock Salon entirely? Well, you used to be able to do it right here, alright? You notice there's a little bit of a threshold here where you can't walk all the way up to the metal gate. That prevents what you used to be able to do. So you used to be able to do that. And you used to be able to run and jump with the mask flip as well. But you can't quite run and jump like crazy anymore. However, you can still do this. As Gregory says, save me! We're in log rides, so we will come back to this. I don't want it to save. I want to actually play the Glamrock Salon. So let's play. And just so we're up to date on this, we have 100% of the collectibles through here. We're still going to go and collect all of the, or we're going to deactivate all the wet floor bots and all that. So yeah, we got our work cut out for us here. Or I have my work cut out for me, but we will be watching, or you will be watching me, so it's kind of like a collective we. I don't know. So back to the salon. There are a few other things, like there's a small gap in the floor, there's a gap up here. So those are pretty easy things to fix. Over here, there used to be an LOD issue, a load on demand issue. Basically think of it this way. There's essentially an array of objects that are stored like really high detail, lower detail, low detail. So based on how far you are away from something, you can have an optimized load in of an object based on how far you are away from it. However, for a lot of these builds, some of the objects would have, like, this thing would be silver and you back away and be a completely different color. This one didn't have as much. It was just like a duller gray, which wasn't too bad, but the Gator Golf bathrooms, the urinals in that thing went from like, what was it, like green to like fluorescent pink or something. It was very, very noticeable and weird. So if you backed away a little bit, it was just like, whoa! So stuff like that, but I'm not noticing that as much on this build, which is excellent. But anyway, those are some of the common issues and all that. But all right, let's play through the salon. But let me talk about one more dynamic. I think y'all will find this interesting. So what happens when I put on my mask? All right, now I'm in the AR world. Pretty cool. We got the Princess Quest cabinet here, but it's all wireframed out on some of this. Kind of wacky. It's not a complete match with what's in the real world when I take off the mask, but Cassie is standing in the real world right now. Think of her standing up here. Well, I'm gonna put on my mask. Now Cassie's standing down here. All right, so what happened? Cassie was basically transported from this world down vertically and physically to the AR world. So if you have an issue with falling through the world and there's no kill threshold underneath the normal world, you will fall through to the AR world. So they're two worlds stacked vertically on top of one another, which I find fascinating. So some issues can happen if the worlds are misaligned and then you flip your mask right near a point where the game has to decide whether it's going to put you on one side of a wall or another. Because if you're walking and there's a misalignment, there's a chance that you're going to be like right in the middle of a wall and the game doesn't want that, right? So that's one scenario. Sometimes there are, there are routines that can put you, like you can do an override where you can, turn the player around a different direction. I can think of one example of that, and two actually now, two after this playthrough of that happening. One will happen in Chapter 7. I think I'll probably remember that when I get there, but it was very easy to walk into a soft lock without that happening. So there were measures that Steel Wool and everyone involved were working so that you wouldn't get soft locked. There's still some spots that exist, but anyway, it's some good progress. I'm hoping that all of that will be fixed in future patches as well, or as much as possible, you know what I mean? So yeah, a lot has been done, but there's still work to be done if there's got to be bulletproofing involved. So yeah, that's more my perfectionism talking too, but I mean, I like things to be really, really solid. Princess Quest, we have the first cabinet here, and again in AR mode, a little bit different. You note also that in normal mode versus AR world, not all the objects are the same, and some are slightly moved in different spots. Sometimes you'll have an animatronic in the real world, but not in AR mode. You have the inhibitor in the catwalks, where you can't flip your mask, so you can only stay in normal mode. Sometimes the world only has a normal mode, and there's nothing underneath for AR. Sometimes there's an AR element, like there's an AR area, but there's no normal mode translation, so there would be nothing above it. But it's just warping you between two locations real time. With the mask flip as well, sometimes you would have builds like this. This right now is what we have. So it slows you down. So you like if you start running and then you flip your mask, you notice that there's a slowdown. Well, some of the builds, because I was exploiting things like crazy, and I'm sure some of the other QA were too, but I would just like run through all sorts of stuff and teleport through and go to like all sorts of different places. So that run element was taken out. So it's like, you know, hold your horses. But at one point, and I think for about a good week of builds, maybe even slightly more than that, you would flip your mask and you wouldn't be allowed to move. Like you just dead stop until the flip happened and finished, and then it's like, okay, cool, keep going. There also used to be a color issue. Like you would get dimmer and dimmer colors as you did quick flips of the mask. So that was one thing initially that got fixed, and that's a whole lot better. Like that thing was crazy. You'd have to restart your, like you'd have to go hit a save point and then reload, so you wouldn't lose anything and all that in order to get your normal colors back on your game. So that's been fixed. But anyway, yeah, let's go. Let's see Roxy over here.
You're not trying hard enough.
Cutscene. But I think that was very creative, the two worlds type thing.
Poor Roxy.
Huh? Who's there? You can't hide from me. Gregory.
No! Gregory, run! Roxy's after you! Gregory, are you there?
Cassie, I'm okay. I found a spot to hide. Turn off the nodes in the salon to follow Roxy. Hurry, she's close.
All right. So if you go out here, let's see Roxy.
Gregory!
I gotta get in there.
That running form is crazy, though. Oh, man. All right. We got a crashed go-kart or two. We got a wet floor bot. Aw. What name you, Janet? Janet, I'm so sorry. Shout out to Rhythm Nation. All right, and here. See this reflection? It's not quite a reflection. It's more like a small translation of the same thing. So you should be seeing the bottom of the hand mostly in this, but you're seeing the thumb still on top and all that. So it's not exactly a reflection. It's not a reflection. That's an interesting thing. You can also jump through and get stuck here. If you're adventuresome and want to get stuck right here, you can get stuck there very easily. All right. Let's see. Is there anything around this salon that we can see that's interesting? Yeah. Ha! Wake up instead of hair and makeup. What about AR mode? Well, you got the go-kart in front a little bit, blocking our path just a little bit. So you note that AR mode and normal mode don't always have the same objects, not the same layout. So it's not an exact just copy and paste. It wasn't lazily done, but I do wonder at some point if there was a copy and paste done initially and then things were changed in one area and not the other. I know some things were definitely intentional. I think probably most, if not all. Very close to all, I'm sure. I'm sure there are a few exceptions. There's one in Roxy Raceway that I can think of it doesn't affect anything, but there's like a channeler on one of the barricades, like the tall barricade, and one of the cones. Like they're apart in one and they're very close on the other world. There's no real purpose to that or whatnot, but it looks better in this mode. Because here it's all, well, I guess it's not too different, just lit up in that mode. Looks more broken with the sparks, I guess. Or the spark. We got the Roxy plush. This one does not have Cassie saying cool. Can still go through it, yeah. We can become the Roxy plush and look out. Alright, let's get the item box here. There was a bug with this item box too. I'm glad that that one's fixed as well. AR, Glam Roxy plush. I'm actually curious to see if there's a comment about Roxy on this one to add to my collection. Okay. We know Cassie's favorite is Roxy. You might note as well Cassie's nail polish color is green. Alright. We're going. So, the parent node is right here. It's going to tell you to deactivate the child nodes first. And you might also notice that Chica is the one with the voice lines in the background, like airy voice lines in AR mode. She's the guardian of this area. Note that Roxy has already left the building. Shout out to Elvis. And so she can't be here. There will be an area later, or I should say, really areas where you'll hear Roxy in those lines. So, yep. First child node is this picture right here. Just explore a little bit here. We got the ball pit we can go crazy in. A bunch of tires, all that. Seems pretty on point for level character right now. So here, deactivate the first one.
I can't get the mask off again.
Got eyeballs though. So we see Cassie glammed up and all that. Oh, 3 Roxys confirmed. Wow, 3 different Roxys, and again a bunch of eyeballs. Nice. Oh, come on, M.X.E.S Rabbit. You calling Chica? You did. Oh, come on. That was kind of brutal. This area, okay, it is recommended that technicians complete their current tasks and leave AR mode immediately. What are you going to do, Chica? You have to go through this metal. You're not going to do that. You're just going to stare. You're just going to sit there and look down. It's not like an arcade game right now. All right. So we're going to go to the second one right here. Here's your second child node right here, this Freddy Fazbear mirror. Got a comic book page, the Shocked Vanny. There's one cool setup right here, right on here. Look, she's posed just about the same as she is drawn on that picture right there. That's kind of cool. We also see Chica over here. So Chica's also glamming up with Roxy. So I guess, I mean, she's a Glamrock. There's golf as well. All right, all right, all right. Here we go. Oh yeah, Phaser Blast, Roxy. Makeup done. Now her face is all messed up with purple stuff.
Really? Gross, 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 gross.
Oh, Cassie, you're just noticing that now? Alright, so that's 2. Now, in my opinion, the hardest part of the game if you're trying to 100%. And I will be relatively quick through this part, so let me walk through what exists here before I actually go through it so I can not forget something. There's going to be, if we go into AR mode right now, see Gregory comforting Cassie. Got her pins, purple and green. Got a Fizzy Faz Roxy. But this area in particular is very, very unforgiving with time. You have to rush through if you're going to get 100% without really any issue. And there is still some time if Chica is called in by M.X.E.S Rabbit, but yeah, it's still kind of brutal. And another thing as well. So when I say M.X.E.S rabbit, we'll see eventually M.X.E.S. We'll see when. You've probably seen a walkthrough already, I'm sure, but there's one reason there. But also, you hear the Gregory voice line sometimes in AR mode. Like, we'll say, like, I'm so lonely. Or, like, I think he says something like, M.X.E.S, it's so dark down here. But he refers to that entity, which is referred to as Entity or The Entity by Helpy several times, and also in the subtitles as Entity. But those are all, I think, acceptable names. Gregory refers to that whole thing as M.X.E.S. I don't think he's talking to a machine, but or at least, you know, not a big old box, but the rabbit figure or whatever. All right, so I'm going to deactivate the child node. I'm going to rush over to the cameras. All right, and I think it's what 5346. I think is 5346. Let me see where the eyeball is though. Might be. Anyway, we'll go through. We'll get it. But there's also a hidden camera on this one. All right. There are some some wet floor bots that you can deactivate. I'll actually go back and deactivate them. And there's also an item box at the top of that stairs. Those stairs over there. All right, ready. And note what happens here. There's going to be a missing poster as well. So I'm going to show that really quick. Here. And then Cassie is absolutely devastated. Run, run, run. Alright, 3. Oh, whoops. That's not even it. Why did I do 3? Chica's always on 3. 5. 3. Alright. Come on. 4. And 6. We're gonna have to book it. We're gonna have to book it. Go, go, go. I'm just running. I'm not even gonna bunny hop. Let's go over here. Let that rage cool down. Woo! Do I hear footsteps? You calling Chica? Yes. Wow. So one thing, if you treat M.X.E.S, that meter, as like a rage meter or a toxicity meter, you just want to budget how long you have that mask on. Take it off at good times and you should be good. Cheek, you're not looking so good. She's kind of bumbling around right now. Even so, she's going to do the same thing over here at the door. Like, where am I? So she's going to take her rest right there. One interesting thing. Note this note on the wall. Gone for a while. Money for food on counter. Emergency contacts on fridge. I suggested it would be a cool touch to actually have that type of thing in AR mode. Over here, we've already gotten the voice box from Chica's Feeding Frenzy, so we can actually repair the voice box. We'll do that after I collect everything behind here, alright? So let's do this. So we're completing stuff. Deactivation. That one is Sterf bot. Sorry, Sterf bot. Alright, that one's Lewis. Sorry, Lewis. Lewis bot. Alright, AR Golden Plush Baby. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, and that takes care of that section over there. So we've gotten 3 out of the 4. Actually, no, this was 4 out of 4 right here, the race car. Roxy, I'm number 1. Race car right there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. This rubble over here, we used to be able to jump through that and just go cray-cray, but that's not happening anymore. Alright, let's repair that voice box. Hey, Chica.
Am I really doing this? Ew. Gross. That should do it.
There's another event. There's another thing you can visit in the game. When that dropped, I'm like, oh, that's the key. That's the thing I need. Nah, it's just a little trash bag or whatnot. Kind of chill through this pipe a little bit. Become the metal pipe and chill out with Chica. Anyway, all right, so this room's done. We can see Chica in AR mode. now we're gonna go deactivate another wet floor bot. Alright. And that's that. Alright, this was Solomon, so Solomon's deactivated now. Couldn't do this conduit puzzle. And we'll be good to go to do the final puzzle of the area. One fun fact as well, you used to be able to, after you finish the conduit puzzle, if you hit escape, Cassie will pull out the wrench and then pull out the wrench again. So that was a fun one. That one is pretty well fixed now, so hoping that doesn't pop up again. And y'all can try these. Like, I'm encouraging you all to try these. I mean, to make as robust and solid a game as possible, you need as many people trying things and silly things as well. So, you know, anyone who speedruns the game and all that, that's something that's very important for game development as well. Just finding all sorts of crazy things in the game that can be fixed. I guess the question is, do you fix it? And I think the mentality, given the base game and how that was treated, remember when the curtain climb was there, you could jump up a curtain and then slam your head through the ceiling, and then it deloads everything, and you can go all sorts of places from there. Yeah, that, but that was eventually fixed, so that was cut out of the game. There's some things that require so much effort to go out of the way to do that I take it that Steel Wool has the philosophy of, well, okay, if someone goes to that length to do that, good for them. That's another way to get through, and you know, that's a speedrun route. But some things that would break the gameplay and the experience, that's like, okay, this needs to be fixed. This is not supposed to be part of it. So anyway, that's at least what I take their philosophy to be, based on how they dealt with the main game. And if you've played the latest patch of Security Breach, it's been worked with a whole lot. So I haven't actually played the very latest patch, or at least not like a full run of anything. So I don't know the exact constitution of that build, but I know that a lot has been fixed. And most people are saying that this is how the game should have been at the start when it was first released. But anyway, a lot of improvements. And again, yeah, breaking stuff is very helpful for putting together a really solid product. So, all right. Unless it's done flawlessly from the beginning, and then it's like, oh, you know, pat on the back, good for you. I'm using mouse this time. Come on now. All right. One thing you may note, the music starts, and it comes from somewhere kind of near here. Like where it's loudest and all. So if you can find the exact source of that, I flew around until I found about the loudest spot. But I think it's supposed to be coming from here. Used to be able to jump through this, kind of look through. This used to be a way to the abyss, but that's been covered up. And we have basically Cowpoke Foxy. Ah, super cool. So we haven't had a 3D model of Foxy like this yet, but maybe at some point we will. Which gives another reason to have further installments of this as well, because we haven't seen an in-person Foxy. Maybe there wasn't one. Maybe that's the thing. But you could go in with the log rides and like, okay, cool. I want to ride. And you totally used to be able to jump this as well, which you get stuck behind there. But now that is blocked off. This door right here used to open and shut when you got near it, but that's also been fixed. So again, like, I'm just pointing out a lot of areas where there's been fixes, but it's kind of fun to go through and remember where things were and then what it's become. So props to Steel Wool and everyone for all the fixes. I know Baba Roga was involved, Amber Studios was involved. We have a Steel Wool right here. Pretty cool. Wrangling up the metallic sheep, animatronic. Bah. All right, here. Now we can't flip our mask. So we see here, must have been something else we have to social distance for in that realm. If this is supposed to be in the 2030s or whatnot, then yeah, I can't do the mask there. I was trying to see if I could get back through. That would be very frustrating. But unless you could go back from there. But anyway. Yeah. So this is a log ride symbol. I'm gonna go there, but let's examine some things here. Man, it's really good to see some of these containers. These ones in particular. These ones would go like fluorescent purple when you were at a distance, but now it's just it's definitely a difference of detail based on how far you were away. As you hear like burp, burp, burp. Here's a log ride. Would you ride this? I think it'd be kind of cool. It reminds me of like a Pinewood Derby or something like that, where you make your own cars out of wood and you gotta hope that it goes faster than the other ones. I don't even know. Alright. This was in Freddy's room. I think a little bit smaller, but we have some art here. Really cool. Over here we also have some slashes in paint. So, wonder what's up with that. A much more red area here. We have a tool cabinet that's overturned. Fazbear brand tool cabinet. I guess it's probably on the other side. I don't think I'll be able to see that. We'll see it on some of the other tool cabinets there. Notice here, 3 slice marks. Monty, looking as casual as ever. We never see Monty like this. It just makes you wonder what Monty was like when Freddy was endorsing him and all that. I wonder if he got overtaken by some sort of different mentality or virus or whatnot. Interesting that he's one of the minions that M.X.E.S Rabbit calls in, and you'll see Monty here in a second. I'm not going to spoil too much here. We'll see it. So we know what happens to Monty. Chica. Chica reminds me of Cyndi Lauper. Like stylized. Alright, and if she's a lead singer, that's good. Cyndi Lauper was a clutch singer. It's very good. Alright. Yes. Alright. Cassie, what do you say?
I don't hear anything. I hope I'm not too late.
Now we have the Ladder of Eternity down here. Oh my goodness. Bunch of concrete bags. Here it is. Fazbear brand tool cabinet. We need some of those at some of the, Sears. Whatever the new Sears is. You get it at Home Depot or something. I don't even know. On the big box. Alright. Going down. I guess some other things to note. This was one of the paths of the log rides. Seen better days. Same thing over here. I like the color theme though. I mean, that's almost like a seafoam green. It might be more close to a blue, but we also had Foxy stylings. Foxy wearing stuff like that. Like a tealish, I guess. Alright, this is going to take a while to climb down. This is where I suggested a speed descent from the ladder. Like, if I could use the run button to go down and up the ladders. That would be crazy. You also notice you don't see Cassie's hands. That's one curiosity. We'll pretend that she's like all the way up here using her arms. How about that? Just out of frame. Ooh, Monty.
Monty?
Get a little clumsy there on the landing. Didn't stick that landing. Alright, pop up again. So Monty isn't all that big a threat over here. Hey, buddy. You're just going over where I need to go. He's just being a pain right now. Okay, he's a threat right there. I'm not going to jump over where he is. Come on. Alright, fine. Alright, you want to play hardball, Monty? Come over here. Yeah. Come get me. Come Come get me. Come on. I mean, you have to be in the water to lure Monty, so we're just going over here. Come here, Monty. Look, it's so goofy. Come on. You should be in your element over here. Come on. There we go. Alright. Alright, good to go. These fill up very fast, so here, here, and here. Yep. Note also, Monty teleports between the rooms here, so you just want to be a little bit careful. If you want to bring Monty back, you can just go over here and he'll teleport back over here, and then you bring him over here again. You're just in the corner over there, aren't you? Yeah, just swimming away. Monty Phelps style. Oh, whoops. People kept calling me Michael Phelps at the World Juggling Championships when I had all the medals around my neck. I'm like, I guess when I'm not swimming though. Alright, let's go. Monty, Monty, Monty. Notice on the wall, you have a neon here. It's Glamrock Bonnie. How crazy. How fitting though, too, though, with the presumed story of what was. We saw what was presented in the catwalks, and I think that is not reality, even though AR mode, which is supposed to be an escape from reality, doesn't show anything because we have the inhibitor. So what Monty wanted you to see was that catwalks ride in, but what we got was, well, the neon Glamrock Bonnie, that neon in the water was used to electrocute Monty right there. So that may be the last we see of Monty here. What happens in the future, I don't know. Monty seems more and more like the Terminator as we keep going, and I'm just waiting for Monty to be like this on the way down or something at one of these things, you know. So hopefully there's a redemption arc for Monty and all that, but anyway. Maybe not. Maybe that was the end of Monty for good. We already know he didn't like Freddy in many locations. You used to be able to tour around here, so we can take a look at some of the things here. Now here you have the messed up log ride. It looks like it almost maybe has crashed. There's another forklift. Surprise, there's a forklift. Forklifts everywhere. I wonder if there would be a forklift toward the end of the game that we'd have to use or something. This area over here, you used to be able to jump here and over, and then walk all the way around. I think that's actually blocked off now, but there is a path that you could walk to that you could basically just fall off the edge of the earth. That's been closed off. And this ladder. Can you still jump on it? Ah, looks like you might not be able to jump on it. Okay, that's actually a good thing. Let me actually go down. Let me see that this is actually working. One minor thing. So I'm holding down right now at the bottom of the ladder, and it's making the climbing noise. I've had that reported for quite a while. That would be... And same thing at the top of the ladder when you're climbing, you're holding up, it'll make the climbing noise as long as you do that. But I've had that in for a while. I'm hoping that one gets fixed. It's very minor, but it annoys me. So I'm like, that's not how it should be. Cassie's not even climbing during that part. See a staff bot over here. The blue hard hat. Interesting. Why a blue hard hat? Log rides. Why is it blue? Ooh, the lore significance is crazy on this one. Staff bot. bridging the gap here. That's crazy. Doing your job. Good job. We have... we're going to get to Roxy Raceway Part 1. Got a birthday cake cut out. And we have here Foxy and Chica. Pretty cool. Chica looking all dressed up. Same with Roxy. I mean, not Foxy. Roxy, yes. All right, ready. We're leaving this area. This is log rides. Anything else? I think that's pretty much got it. All right. See ya, Chica. See ya, Foxy. And over here, it's less decayed and damaged than the area we were just in, where there seem to be claw marks and dirt and all that on everyone else's portrait. I wonder if Monty was set up after all this. Just look at that ceiling tile that's going crazy. Roxy Raceway Part 1 is about to start. Alright. 360 jump though. Go down a little bit, see a bunch of barrels. Fun thing was you used to be able to jump over here and then go all the way down, but then you get stuck. So you'd have to restart or use the debug menu to fly up. But anyway, this is where the boss area lets out, down here from the Roxy battle in the base game. So you go down a little bit further and then there'll be a metal fence and that vent, but it's blocked off. Wouldn't make any sense right now. Never stop smiling. The customer is always right. Customer isn't always right, but you always want to be at least cordial, you know, as much as you can be. All right. No eyebrows. All right. Good job, Freddy. And this will be the start of Chapter 6. So we've been through Glamrock, Salon, and log rides. We have the autosave now. Wait for that to fade. Oh, I'm standing in a bad
Gregory,
spot.
I made it to the raceway. Are you okay? I might be able to get a signal if I head deeper into the raceway.
So we will tackle Chapter 6 on the next video. Yeah. What have we gone through so far, and what wet floor bots have we gotten? What inventory have we gotten? So let's go through that really quickly. So we have this, the shocked Vanny. Gregory must have seen this mask before. Yes, indeed. You have the Glamrock plush, the AR Glamrock plush, to add to my collection. Wonder how many plushies, how many Funkos, how many U2s, how many, what other companies are making these? Let's see, Good Stuff, I think, has a line of them. Yeah, Good Stuff definitely does. I don't know if Toy Factory does. I think Toy Factory did at one point, but everyone was calling them bootleg, even though that was actually a legit thing. Toy Wiz had some, but I don't think they had plush. Yeah, I don't think they had plush. They had those keychains and all that. Yeah, but all sorts of stuff. Plush. What other? I mean, of course, you have Daco's line of plush. The Hex collaboration and all that, like that. Those are really, really high quality as well, and you can do some cool stuff like taking them apart and all that. So I'm sure you've seen those as well. Anyway, what else did we get? We got the AR Golden Plush Baby discontinued. Any others look familiar? We haven't gotten another lunchbox. We'll get the AR Bonnie lunchbox at some point too. That'll be interesting. And I think that's it. So we got a few here. In terms of wet floor bots, okay, so Glamrock Salon, yeah. We have one on the stage. So we're inside the salon on the stage. That's one. You go through. You have two on each side of that staircase where that camera is, where you have to find the hidden camera and all that. That's a very hard part of the game, especially because the timer on M.X.E.S Rabbit is very short on that. So M.X.E.S Rabbit shows up very, very quickly, even though you haven't had your mask on for a while. So yeah, it's a brutal portion if you're trying to get that secret camera and then go through all the way. But what was it, 5346, right? 5346. I think that was the combination. If that changes between builds, that would actually be kind of cool, but I'm not really expecting that. Knowing those, I guess remembering which one, you can have a little bit of an advantage to going through the game a further time. So like the 5432 and then the 234 during the server room and all that. So remembering those things. But let's see. So there are 2 there. So that's 3 total so far. And then the opposite bathroom to Chica. So that bathroom has a wet floor bot as well. So it should be 4. Yeah, 4. So we should be at 20. Yeah. So we should be at 20 wet floor bots so far. We repaired Chica's voice box and that animation. And the trash bag fell out. You couldn't collect it. You just kind of hung out with Chica there for a little bit. And that's it. So log rides, we've seen some cutouts of Foxy now. And he's not Longshoreman Foxy, like in Kids Cove. It's definitely a different one. So we have Foxy now with kind of a cowboy type theme. So all sorts of stuff. Oh man. So anyway, it's been a good chapter, and let me know your thoughts on that. Again, with the AR World versus Normal mode, I thought that was really inventive and all that, and hopefully you found out that too. I guess some parallels as well. So if Cassie's dad did make M.X.E.S Rabbit, then where else in the series have we seen a dad make a robot that had unintended and ill consequences on his daughter? Interesting. So that's one thing. And I mentioned before, well, with these drawings, were these prophetic drawings? Did we have someone else in some parallel series where the character would draw and then those things would be prophetic? Those things would come to life. So it was like foreseeing what would happen in the future. So have we had that as well? The answers to both of those are definitely yes. I'm putting these out there because they exist as parallels here, kind of the rhyming between the games and other stuff. But also the audio. So when you're near M.X.E.S Rabbit or the entity, you hear this static, almost like a. And remember in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, this is kind of just me being explicit here with the definite, so I'm not being implicit in this case. Five Nights at Freddy's 4, when Nightmare makes that noise, it seems very similar. It doesn't seem to be quite exact. What just fell? I don't even know. Let me check what's falling in my room. But that's, yeah. It's just an interesting random parallel that I don't know has any significance at all, and it might not even be the exact same thing or an intended thing, but it does sound like the type noise you hear from Nightmare in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, so when you get jump scared by Nightmare. So anyway, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching the series. I still have 4 more parts to go. I'm just going to go one chapter at a time. If there's anything you want me to cover as well, let me know, and I have 4 parts to do that. So thanks for watching, everyone. Peace. God bless you. Have a great day. Next time we're in Chapter 6 in Roxy Raceway Part 1. Yeah. The end.
Attention! This is Fredbear at Faz Command, reminding you that if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like, comment, and subscribe, ring the bell, do everything. It's complicated how YouTube makes things.